So we're back, part two. The next game is going to be New England going on the road to the dog pound with Bailey Zappi, Kentucky Western, Kentucky legend himself. Cleveland is favored by 2.5 points at home. Kane, why don't you start with this one? Who do you like in this game?
Give me the Patriots here. I believe in the defense. Bailey Zapp is clearly showing that he's got Hall of Fame potential right out of the gate. Played a great game against Aaron Rodgers. Won a shutout in his home game against the Lions. So you know what? Give me Bailey Zapp outplaying Jacoby Brissett, another former Brady backup, because Brady backups don't typically do good against the Patriots, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to say low scoring game, but Patriots by 10.
Patriots by 10. Wow. Ra, what do you like here?
I got it. I'm going Patriots plus 2.5. I think that again, Zap has been good. I think the Patriots defense is gonna really limit because I don't think they're gonna have that great of an offense, especially if you can limit Nick Chubb, which is easier said than done. But unless Nick Chubb has like a really good game, I think New England takes it.
I'm gonna go against you guys. I'm going Browns minus 2.5. The Patriots, I think, are kind of due. One, Zappy hasn't been on the road yet. Cleveland's a tough place to play. The Patriots' run defense is not what it used to be. I think Cleveland controls the game. They run the ball well. They win by a field goal or probably maybe even more. I like them to bounce back after that tough loss. I like Cleveland a good bit this week over New England, especially again, numbers are lining up. Public's on New England based on the shutout from last week. So I think that I'm gonna go Cleveland minus 2.5 at home. Give me the dog pound. So next game is Green Bay coming off a loss to the 4-1 New York Giants. Going to Lambeau, or they're in Lambeau, playing the Jets. They are getting most books have this as 7. I think BetMGM has it as 7.5, which is a big difference if you can get that. But we'll play. I guess we can go like if there's a difference, you guys could say like I would take one team at 7.5 and 7. Rory, I know you really like one team in this game, so why don't you start with this one?
I like the Packers. I just think they're gonna really I think it's the game where Aaron Rodgers really has his first Aaron Rodgers performance, and I think the Jets are gonna come back down to earth. I think it's a perfect sort of storm because Aaron Rodgers is a guy we all know he hears everything that's said about him in the media, and he knows that if he knows the chatter, he's gonna ball out. I like the Packers pretty easily in this one.
Uh, let's go to Caden, I guess. What do you like?
Well, this is a tough one for me, close to my heart, because I do know Zach Wilson's private chef. I was in class with him as recently as last semester. But the Packers are going to smash them. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. And it's going to be kind of one of those, not even a vintage Aaron Rodgers game. Like, I could just see it being straight up 4 touchdowns. I'm going to say the Packers are going to beat the 7.5 line because I could see it being by 21.
Yeah, this one's very tough for me. Um, it's a stay away game. I put in my notes Jets plus 10, but the more I think about it, plus 7. But I'm gonna actually ride with you guys. I think that the Jets, yeah, they have their nice rookie running backs. They have a nice core. In the future, they could be good. And the Packers haven't shown a lot to give you confidence. Like I'm staying away from this game in terms of actually betting it, but yeah, you got to pick one.
On it.
Yeah, I'm less confident just because the Packers haven't shown, besides blowing out the Bears, they really haven't put together a complete game yet. They haven't. Maybe this is the week they do, but just laying 7.5 in an NFL game is tough. But that being said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ride with the Packers, especially if the public is on the Jets. 50, I believe. Let me look at. Yeah, I should start reading that actually. 59% of the bets are on the Jets, 74% of the money. So yeah, just like they were on the Bears in week 2, let's give the Packers to bounce back and the Jets to, let's both teams regress to the mean here. The Packers really can't afford to lose this game either. They would be 2.5 back of the Vikings or 2 games back of the Vikings. So let me switch my pick actually and go with the Packers there. Don't mind the over in that game either. 45.
Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go, baby. All right, so the next game, 1 p.m., our first rematch of the 2022 season. You have the Jaguars traveling to Indianapolis to take on the very disappointing Colts. We all remember the Jaguars shut out the Colts in, I think, week 2 as 7.5-point underdogs. This time they're 2-point underdogs on the road. Give me Jacksonville here again. I understand that it's kind of tough for teams to sweep in the NFL. But I mean, I just can't bet on the Colts right now. I can't back them. I think Jacksonville bounces back. I mean, they looked bad against Houston. I think Trevor Lawrence bounces back. I think they win this game outright. Give me Jacksonville.
This one for me pretty much hinges on whether or not Jonathan Taylor plays. If he doesn't, I think it'll be the Jaguars, and it probably won't be close. If he does, I could see the Colts pulling out a close win, but I'm still going to take the Jaguars here, take them to sweep. And then it's weird because I don't think the Jaguars are that good, but I don't believe in the Colts at all, really. I think that Carson Wentz to Matt Ryan's actually a step down for them. And they have a guy that had one of the best running back seasons ever last year, and they have not used him well. And he's hurt right now. So, yeah, give me the Jags.
Yeah, I think doing the Jags too.
Yeah, we're all on the Jaguars. 61. We are riding with the public there. 61% of the bets are on the Jaguars. 44% of the money. So sharp money is a little bit coming in on Indianapolis there. I could see. I don't think Indianapolis is like a terrible pick to give the contrarian view. I mean, they really need this game. They can't afford to lose. If they win this, they're basically handing the division to the Titans. Bounce back, revenge game. But still, give me the Jags. The Colts just haven't. Most times, I would take them. The Colts they've just looked so bad. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So next game, we're going Minnesota at Miami. Miami, Minnesota, 3.5-point favorites on the road. I have already hammered. I got the under at 46 because Skylar Thompson and Thompson is starting for the Dolphins. And give me the Vikings minus 3.5. The third string quarterback. It's too much for the Dolphins to overcome, in my opinion, in this game. The Vikings are a solid team. I really do like the under, but give me the Vikings to pull away in the second half and win this game by a touchdown. The Vikings again, they were another preseason team of mine. I was a little bit more right on them so far, at least. On the Broncos, I'm gonna roll with them, even though they're not great against the spread. I think they win by more than a field goal. Give me the Vikings.
I'm gonna actually take the Dolphins here, and I know they're on their third string quarterback, but I was thinking about that a little bit last night. And the good thing about being the third string quarterback for the Dolphins is that they are not a team that you have to throw the ball down the field on. They have 2 elite speed receivers that you can just throw checkdowns and screens to the entire game, and it could get you enough points to win. The defense is going to rebound after letting up 40 to the Jets last week. And yeah, give me the Dolphins here. Probably close game, but I'll take the Dolphins.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Your Vikings to cover or Vikings to win?
Vikings to cover.
All right, Vikings to cover. Yeah, pretty much for the same reasons. Me and Rob both have significant fantasy stock in the Vikings too. So
Oh,
they
sorry. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, that's not why I'm doing it, but I mean, I bet the under. So in a game where I would need fantasy, that wouldn't be ideal. Anyway, so we've got, but the under 46, I really do like that bet a lot. It's one of my favorite bets of the week there too. Another game of a sneaky game that I like here, Cincinnati going on the road to New Orleans. Rao, why don't you start? What do you like here? Cincinnati is getting 2 points on the road. What do you like?
I like Cincinnati here.
You like Cincy bounce back?
Yeah, bounce back thing. I think they're gonna. I think I like the over here.
The total for the game, in case I could say that is 43. So yeah, that's I mean 23. You have to be basically 23-20 would push. Bengals win 23-20 or Bengals win 24-21. You've got you hit both bets there. Caden, what do you like in this game?
Nothing. I don't like either team. I don't like. I think both teams came into this season with some expectations that they have been let down by. I know the Saints are kind of in a rebuilding stage from when they were starting Trevor Siemian in important games last year. But at the end of the day, both teams are 2-3, and I don't think they are any better than that. I'll take the Saints here just because my boy Josh out there, you know, you're watching, is a Saints fan, and he's told me that Taysom's going to do good this week. So I'll take the Saints, but I don't like either team.
I like the Saints this week. I think that their defensive line is a bad matchup for the Bengals' horrific offensive line. I think they get to Burrow. I think they win outright here at home. So give me the 2 points. I like the Saints. I like the Saints. I think they're a sneaky pick this week. If you look at let me look at the one of the bigger percentages. 81% of the public bets are on the Bengals, only 55% of the money, 19% of the bets on the Saints versus 45% of the money. And again, I think that that pass rush is gonna get to Burrow. So give me the Saints there. Next game we're going to is our New York Giants. Another home game. We had a lot of
Our 4-1 New York Giants.
Giants. Second place in the NFC East, playoff team, New York Giants. Just like, of course, I predicted. I'm just kidding. Of course,
I did.
I've never been happier to be wrong so far than about the 4-1 New York Giants. But they host Baltimore. And Baltimore is getting 6 points. Even though the big money is on Baltimore, the line has still moved away from them, which is a bit concerning as a bettor. 60% of the public is on Baltimore, 81% of the money is on Baltimore. Caden, as the Giants, probably the best Giants, most optimistic Giants fan here. What do you like here?
Okay, so what do I like for the Giants? This is a Wink Martindale revenge game. If there's any one person on this planet that should know how to stop Lamar Jackson, Wink Martindale is that guy. Do I think he can? Yes. Do I think he will? I don't know. What I will say sentimentally, for my own mental health, I think I need the Ravens to win this game. Because if the Giants beat the Ravens and in back-to-back weeks beat the Packers and the Ravens after already beating another 1 seed week 1, I will be having Super Bowl hopes. So I want the Giants to win. Do I think they'll win? This is probably not a game they should win. Like, talent wins in the end sometimes, and I think the Ravens just have more talent. But of course, I will be jovial as hell. I'll be going nuts if the Giants win this game. But I just don't know if it's good for my overall mental health if they do, because at that point, I will be saying, guys, we could go on a run.
Do you think though? What would you think about the +6? Do you think they'll cover? Are you confident
Yeah,
that they'll keep it within 6 points?
it'll be close. It'll be
I'll put it
close.
down as going to the Giants. So you're like Ravens by a field goal. Ra, what are your what are your thoughts on this game? I mean, the public is still disrespecting the Giants here. What do you think?
Uh, I think the Raiders are gonna win this game. As for the spread,
The Giants are a pesky team, a backdoor
they
cover.
are definitely a pesky team. That is true. They definitely could cover, but if I had to keep like the neutral, like completely neutral, I would probably still think the Raiders would cover. I just think like Lamar is just kind of on a different level, and I just think he's gonna like just really do stuff that we just can't stop.
But what if Daniel Jones outplays Lamar, though?
That'd be crazy. I think that this is a like going, from London in that island game to this game. It's a letdown spot for the Giants. I like the under a lot more than I like the spread in this game, considering it's one of the biggest differences in bets versus money, which is something actually it's not that, but still like the public is on the over. So I like the under 45, but
Yeah, I
um
would say 5.
yeah, I
The
think the under.
Giants don't score in the first half, and we have a really good defense. So, like,
Yeah. So I like that. But I'm actually just because I'm gonna take the Giants just because like
yes, I
uh,
got him on board.
plus 6. Give me the Giants. For the show, give me the
Let's
Giants.
do it. Give me the Giants. Give me the Giants then. Let's go.
Giant,
You
give me
and
the
me.
Giants here. I
Ride
mean,
the
they're a pesky
bandwagon.
team, and again, they're a team too. Like, if they're down by 13 points or something, and then they score a touchdown, they're gonna go for 2. Like, they're gonna go for 2. So that's good for
Okay,
covering numbers.
so Kay, then I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Like, as an admittedly pessimistic Giants fan,
yeah,
if the Giants in back-to-back weeks beat the Packers and the Ravens,
yeah.
and then in the next 4 weeks we have Jaguars, Seahawks, Texans, Lions, how do you feel about this season?
I feel. I mean, it would really remind me of. I mean, even beating the Ravens in that spot would remind me a lot of 2016 because we won some tough games at first.
It
Then
started off 2-3 in 2016.
yeah, but I'm saying like we had a stretch of very weak schedules, which we took care of business. Kind of a pesky team. I mean, obviously, I'd be really excited. Like, I'd be thinking playoffs. I don't think I would be thinking Super Bowl. I don't think I would be quite that optimistic, but I would say the playoffs definitely. I would expect them to make the playoffs. Um,
I
I
think
still, I
playoffs
still
lose.
I still don't think that we can compete with Philly for the. I think the division is Philly's. I really do. We'll get to the Philly and their game in a little bit, but I mean, in terms of the Giants, give me them plus 6 in this game just because I feel like I have to. I went on and said that the Packers were going to smash them. That didn't happen, so I've learned my lesson. Give me the
Give me Giants plus 6 too. That's what I'm going.
Yay! New York Giants!
Giants.
All
New
hail the
York Giants! All hail the New York Giants. All right. So this is a very interesting game. Next, you've got Tampa Bay and Tom Brady going to his old stomping grounds in Pittsburgh. I say old stomping grounds because he would always beat them. Tampa Bay is getting 8.5 points on the road.
This might be the easiest cover of the season. Tampa minus 8.5. Like
probably the easiest
it's
cover.
just
Yeah.
like Pittsburgh is bad. Brady always beats the Steelers. Like they're gonna beat them by at least like 2 touchdowns. They're just 8.5 is too generous.
Caden, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with Raw. I couldn't have said it any better. Like, Steelers just aren't that good. There's just not much talent there right now. And although I do think they have the best head coach in the NFL, I think there's only so much you can do with that. So yeah, give me the Bucks.
I'm glad you're on the Tomlin
I don't
train.
know, but like,
I've always
Tomlin's
felt
a
he's
really-
always had like he has had a losing season, but like considering the talent that they've had in like
the lack of talent in some years.
yeah, but like they had like the best receiver and running back in the NFL at one point, and they really
Yeah,
didn't.
for a couple of years, even after those guys left, they still had winning records. They made the playoffs last year.
I mean, Tomlin is the consistency with
No,
Tomlin.
he's a good coach. I honestly think he's
Steelers
They were
fans
still
for Tomlin's head are more.
they were still winning games when they were starting Mason Rudolph.
And that is a good segue because I am going to take Pittsburgh plus 8.5 in this game. Listen, this is simply a numbers play. This is a hold your nose. You hate it. I hate the play, but it's just the way the numbers are lining up when 71% of the bets are on Tampa Bay, but only 14% of the money compared to 29% and 86% of the money being on the Steelers. That's just I can't go against that. Plus, you've got Tomlin. It's at home, and frankly, Tampa Bay has not looked good enough for me to be favored by 8.5 versus anyone on the road. They haven't. I mean, they got murdered by the Chiefs. They really could have lost outright if it wasn't for that roughing the passer call, which even you, Caden, as somebody that is one of the biggest Brady fans, is probably maybe the biggest not Patriot or Buck fan Brady guy I know, was terrible.
It was pretty bad. I don't. I'm not one of the people that leans into the only Brady gets calls
No,
like
I
that.
agree.
There was another one
That's a
on
break.
Mahomes that I thought was, or on Derek Carr that I thought was worse with the
Yeah,
strip sack by Chris Jones. But it was pretty blatantly terrible. I don't know what else. I don't know what else he could have done there besides make that tackle. So
yeah, that was bad. Anyway, but it's one of those like plays where it's a hold your nose for sure. And I could look like a complete moron. And I don't think Tampa Bay is going to lose this game outright. I think Pittsburgh just grinds it out enough to cover the number. Give me Tampa by a touchdown, or even by 8. Give me Pittsburgh here. It's a numbers play. Um, and again, I just like I said, I don't think but the Steelers though, they haven't won a game without TJ Watt, I think, for the last like 3 years or something like that. It's pretty insane. So TJ Watt makes a huge impact on that defense. So again, I'm not saying like this could be I could look like a complete I could get laughed off the show. The Bucks could win this game by 30 points. I mean, they could. But
they
give
probably
me
should.
they probably should, but give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh plus 8.5.
I'm all for it. I'm
Carolina.
still thinking about.
Carolina. Now we're moving to the 4 o'clock games here. Carolina at Los Angeles. Los Angeles is getting 10 points. Again, I do think Tampa's going to win. I just want to say that I'm taking
I
the
believe
point.
you.
Do not take Pittsburgh money line. Carolina getting 10 points. Yeah, Los Angeles is favored by 10. Some lines have it 10.5, which is a huge difference, obviously. I'll start with this one. I absolutely love the Rams minus 10 here. I think that, one, the public's on Carolina. The Rams, listen, they've looked really bad this year, but at the end of the day, like, they had a stretch last year where they looked really bad as well. Stafford does look bad. I don't think they're the same quality team that won the Super Bowl last year. However, I think that this is the game where they kind of like fool. It reminds me of that game they had versus Jacksonville last year where they were favored by 14 and covered. I really like the Rams. The Panthers are also dead. The Panthers are completely dead. So give me the Rams. See if I had anything else on my notes about this game.
Carolina does have a new
got one.
team.
Their defense
Yeah.
isn't bad, but McVay is too good of a coach to like the get out coached by whoever the interim is by the Panthers. I think that just the Rams put it all together. Again, it might look dumb because the Rams have really looked bad, but last week is last week in the NFL. Give me the Rams to bounce back and blow out, win by 17.
All right. So, as not only the biggest professional wrestling fan on this podcast, but the only professional wrestler on this podcast,
Sure, he's a
I
man.
have to go with WWE owned XFL MVP PJ Walker to show up to LA, bright lights. He's looking for Hollywood, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson will be there to shake his hand after he outduels Matt Stafford and wins this game for the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers outright. That is a bold prediction. Panthers. What's the What is their? I don't even know what is their money line because that's okay. Panthers outright. Caden says your bookie can take the points. Caden doesn't need them. Panthers outright. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ra, what do you think?
PJ Walker, baby.
I think I'm gonna go Panthers plus 10.5. I think the new coach, first game, you gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's hard to prepare for that, coach. I would agree. So right now, 70% of the bets are on Carolina and 93% of the money. So the sharp money and the public all love the Panthers here. which I don't blame them. I mean, the Rams have been one of the biggest disappointments. I mean, they've looked bad on prime time. They've looked bad. They looked terrible against the Cowboys last week, and they could come out and fall flat and lose this game outright. I mean, I honestly would like, yeah. What? Let me see what their money line is. It is plus 360, so 10 to win 36. Uh, there. But yeah, so I'm on my own there. Don't mind that. Next game, Arizona going to the 12th man, Seattle, to one of the bigger stories in the league, Geno Smith, how he's been playing. One can really say that this is the first time he's been given a chance to do anything, Geno. Those
I mean,
situations.
except for start over Eli Manning.
Oh yeah, I mean he did do that, but I mean that was a very badly run organization at the time, so I'll stick with that point. But Arizona, the 2.5 point favorites. I am personally leaning if I like the over 50 in this game more than the spread. It's hard, but give me the Cardinals minus 2.5. I think that they get it done in the division. Seattle returns back to earth a little bit. Again, like I really liked the Saints more -5, which is weird, than Seattle than last week. And this is a tough one. The spread's really hard for me. I could really see Seattle winning at home, but I think the Cardinals are just a better team, so give me them, I guess. But I don't like the game. I don't like the spread. What about you guys?
Bro, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think I'm going Arizona minus 2.5.
All right.
Yeah, so people can rant and rave about how great Geno Smith is playing so far. At the end of the day, he's playing on a 2-3 team still. I this whole look through has made me realize there's a lot of really mid teams in the NFC, and I think these are two
Oh yeah.
more. Like going through this makes me even more confident about the Giants' playoff chances. Because if there's going to be 7 teams in this NFC that get in, and there's like 2 actual good teams in the NFC, give me the Cardinals. I think it's going to be kind of ugly, but give me the Cardinals. Maybe like a last minute touchdown. That's my prediction. Last minute touchdown. They're down by 4. They score a touchdown. Cardinals by 3.
Cardinals by 3. Hey, a cover is a cover is a cover. That would work. The next game, the game of the week, Buffalo in rematch of probably the best football game I've ever seen, the divisional game last year.
Certainly in the conversation.
Buffalo, a 2.5 point favorites. This is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career that he is a home underdog. First time ever. As an underdog in general, he is 7-0-1 against the spread. But that being said, give me Buffalo. I think they're the best team in the NFL. I think they've had this game circled on their calendars for a while.
Yeah.
As has Kansas City, but I think Buffalo comes out and it's kind of similar to how they beat the Chiefs in the regular season last year. Give me Buffalo here. I could certainly see the Chiefs winning, but I think they're kind of trying to get you on Kansas City money line, giving them plus money. So, give me the Bills. But I mean, obviously, this is a great game. I also want to get your guys' opinion on the total because obviously this is going to be the highest total of the week. 54 points. I want you guys to see because the conventionally you'd want the over, but do you guys think their defenses can make some plays? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's honestly gonna go under. I think the Bills defense is both these defenses are pretty good. And also yeah, so I'm gonna go under. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game and not 54. And I also think the Bills are winning this game. I think they're gonna. It just seems like the Bills' year. It just kind of feels like that. Like you just sort of like felt it. Like if they like this is their best shot to win it all. They're the consensus best team in the NFL. They're in win now mode, and I think if they don't win it this year, then I don't know when. So
So this one's hard for me overall. First of all, I would actually take the over there. I can't see one of these teams not scoring at least 30. And so from then, like 30 to 20, 30, 31 to 27 works for that over, like that kind of thing. But in terms of the game itself, like this is hard for me to pick against Josh Allen because he is my favorite player in the NFL. But as much as the Bills are in win now mode, and as much as the Bills have had this game circled on their calendar, the Chiefs got to be looking at each other in the locker room saying, like, guys, like we already beat them 2 years in a row now. So this whole rivalry, which is really becoming a rivalry now, the Chiefs should be thinking that this rivalry still goes through us. And so I do think the Chiefs are going to win this game. And I think it's going to be close, but I'll take the Chiefs here. And then I think the Bills are going to have to go through KC in the playoffs. I think it's like a Yankees Red Sox in '04 type thing where the Bills are not going to get to a Super Bowl unless they beat KC in the playoffs. And I don't think they're going to beat them tonight. So I'm going to take the Chiefs here. I'm going to say it humbles the Bills a little bit, and then the Bills might win the next 7 or 8 games in a row. But for now, give me KC.
Yeah, I'm not like I'm just really looking to enjoy this game. I don't know, like with this one,
Yeah, I
not
don't know.
I don't like have a strong thing. I could definitely see it going either way. No Tyreek. The first time the Bills will play the Chiefs without Tyreek Hill, who has always killed them. That's interesting. We'll see how the game looks different. Um, for the Bills, specifically the Bills and the Chiefs. We've seen the Chiefs offense, how they're spreading it around more, but specifically versus the Bills, we'll see how they do with that Tyreek Hill. A lot of interesting storylines in this game. So Sunday night is the game as a Giants fans that it's just shit versus shit for us. But Philly versus Dallas, I believe. Yeah, wait, no, this is in Philly, right? Yeah.
Yes.
This is in Philly. I will start. This is one of my favorite plays of the week. Philly is getting 6 points. You're there. I think the books are begging you to take Dallas. Give me Philly in an absolute rout here. Cooper Rush goes back down to reality. Listen, Cooper Rush, he's played. He played the Bengals at home. A lot of his, and even the games he did play on the win on the road. Like he beat the. I can't remember. Who's he beating on the road?
It would have been the Bengals, right?
No, that was at home.
Vikings last year.
Washington. Like,
Oh, that's easy though. Doesn't
yeah,
count.
that's easy. Exactly. He has not played in an environment. Philly, I don't like Philly fans, but they are going to be absolutely insane. Philly kind of had a letdown spot, even though they won versus Arizona. I think Dallas and Cooper Rush, like they finally come back down to reality. I think Philly dominates this game. Give me them -6. 35% of the bets are on the Eagles, 50% of the money. So the sharps are with me there. I really like the Eagles. Eagles, fly on this one. Give me the Eagles.
So I do think the Eagles will win this game. And I'm actually looking at the Eagles' schedule right now. And as a Giants fan, this scares the hell out of me. The Eagles have, after this week against the Cowboys, Steelers, Texans, Commanders, Colts, Packers, Titans, Giants, Bears, Cowboys, Giants, or Saints, Giants. All of those are very winnable games for this Eagles team. And I'm afraid that at the end of this season, we're going to be talking about the 15-2, 14-3, or even 16-1 Philadelphia Eagles. So yeah, give me the Eagles here. They're really good.
Do you think they cover the 6.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you,
Uh,
Red?
I think the Eagles win, but I don't think they cover. I think,
So you're taking the Cowboys against the spread.
yeah, Cowboys get spread, yeah.
I mean, Cowboys Eagles. It is an NFC East game. That is a lot of points to be laying for a divisional game. So, and again, like the Eagle, it's and especially in the NFC East, wild stuff does happen, and it's not too much of a disparity with the whole big money versus bets.
Wow,
it's
already.
probably better for the Giants if the Cowboys win this, right?
Yeah,
Uh, is
Because
it
then
the
it'd be all
probably for the Eagles losing? But
well. Then
I
they're
don't know.
all
It's
five.
not great for the Giants either way.
Yeah,
Because
but
one
I
of
mean, if
the
the Cowboys win, they're all 5-1.
Yeah, if the Cowboys win, they're 5-1, and then so Like I don't know though, if the Eagles win and the Giants win, then the Giants have sole possession of second place, and the game that they lost versus the Cowboys doesn't mean as much anymore. So, um, I don't know, but the last game of the week, again, another primetime game with Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. Hip hip hooray. They are going on the road. Um, the Chargers, 4.5 points. Caden, why don't you start with this one?
Chargers, not even close. I don't even want to talk about Russ.
Yeah, he's let me down in fantasy too many times. I'm going Chargers.
Yeah,
The
I'm
ones not like there's just something about Russ that's just like I'm just so surprised that the people in Seattle just like didn't like him the way he did. So maybe I could see it.
horny, bro. I
But
don't know.
yeah, no, like he is like exactly like and plus like he just has this like maybe like he's just not the guy perceived to be like behind the scenes like Mr. Soda. Like maybe he's like
Are you gonna try his danger rich or whatever? What is that commercial? What do you call it, bro?
dangerous.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna try his.
I might, dude, I might just for the hell of
He
it.
is the only current quarterback in the NFL that's ever pinch hit for Aaron Judge in a baseball game, though.
Not sure. Didn't he strike out though?
He did
Yeah.
5 pitches though. Worked in that bat.
That's not a bad at bat. Definitely, like I mean, some of the at bats that the Yankees trotted out that regular season. All right. But anyway, yeah, give me the Chargers. Even though 4.5 points, considering like their home field advantage isn't a home field advantage, but still, I cannot back the Broncos. They screwed me against Seattle. They screwed me on Thursday. I just like I can't do it right now. I can't like I cannot back the Broncos again. And again, I had a lot of faith. The Chargers haven't looked great. They let me down with the 2.5 last week, even though they won. And again, that was kind of on me because I took them so early in the week. I could have waited and got them at 1.5. But anyway, I'll go with the Chargers. I just can't. I can't do it with the Broncos. I can't. It's a sunk cost fallacy. God will admit that I was wrong. That the Broncos were missing more than a quarterback, or maybe that Russell wasn't the quarterback I thought it was. Maybe it's both. But give me the Chargers here, minus 4.5. Even though I don't like the game, I hate the game. But
I can't wait to see how good the Broncos are next year with Daniel Jones as the quarterback.
that would be interesting, actually. I mean, they paid Russell too much for that to happen, but it'd be interesting.
Yeah, they'll trade him. They'll trade him. Cowboys need a quarterback.
Ooh, that would be nice. But with that, that's gonna wrap it up. Kane, thanks for pulling up. This should be. I'll have this up by tomorrow. I'll definitely try to have it up before the game tomorrow, so we can talk about that quickly. There's 1 minute left before it runs out again. But score prediction for tomorrow. Okay, do you have any bold predictions for the Yankees game?
Oh, for the Yankees game, I said this already. I hope it's the most boring playoff game in baseball history. Yankees win like 3-0 on 2 sack flies and an RBI ground out. Like I want nothing exciting to happen because I can't watch it.
Yeah, I can't watch it either. But I'll go 5-2 Yankees. Go you, Brad.
I'm going about 7-2. Let's go Rangers sport. Yeah, I think Shane Beer is a fraud. He's gonna get lit up again, and that's it.
Yeah, it's Shane Bieber. Yeah, I'll go 5-2. But I think the Yankees scored 2 runs in the first 2 innings, so I wouldn't do Nerfy here. But that is gonna do it. Thanks for coming on, Ken. And until next
Absolutely.
time, peace out.
Godspeed.